Hi, my math ninjas. You should have your FSA packet and you should have pulled out our big math packet. We are on day 6. While I share my screen with you, you are pulling out that big math packet and we are on day 6. Okay, so we will spend today looking at 10 problems. I'm going to give you about 1 minute to answer each question. Then we'll go over it, move on to the next one. So think of it kind of as a little game. It's like a minute to win it game. You have 1 minute to try to solve the first problem. Okay? And then we'll go over it. Are we ready? All right. I'm going to read it. You think about it. You solve it. You take your 1 minute to answer just question number 1. Then we'll go over it. Okay. A square has a side length of 1 unit. What is the area of the square? A, 1 unit, B, 4 units, C, 1 square unit, or D, 4 square units. Go ahead and take that minute, draw your picture, finding the area of the square. All right, so by now, you should have been able to pick an answer. If not, pause the video, and when you are ready, push play. Okay, so if it's saying a square, what do we know about a square? It's saying the side length is 1 unit. Well, if you remember a square, all of the sides are the same. So each side is 1 square unit. Okay? And how do we solve area? We know, hopefully, that we do length times width. So 1 times 1 equals 1. Okay? Sorry. My pen is running out also. So which one would it be? Because there's 2 that have 1. So did you pick A or did you pick C? Well, hopefully you picked C because we know that it's square, and again, you can't see it, sorry, units. Okay, if you got that right, let me hear a hi. Nice job. All right, so we know about how long a minute takes. It's about 60 seconds. I'm not saying this to make you panic or rush, but in your mind, especially when we take FSA coming up soon, you should give yourself about a minute for each problem. Guys, a minute is actually a pretty long time, okay? So we're gonna kind of think about that and focus. And a lot of times in a minute, you can even go back and check your work, solve it, and then check it and even double check it in that minute, okay? All right, moving on to number 2. In which of these figures is the shaded area equal to 16 square units? Select all that apply. When you see that on FSA, you better circle it so that your brain knows, oh, there's going to be more than one answer. Also, if you look, I'm going to tell you a little secret. If you look at a problem that says select all that apply, you're going to notice it's going to have more answer choices. If you look here, there's only A, B, C, and D because there was one answer. But when there's select all that apply, there's going to be more answers. So that in your brain should register, oh, I've got to pick more than one, okay? So take a minute, find all of the pictures that show an area equal to 16 square units. You can go ahead and hit pause so that you can solve. And when you're ready to check your work, you can push play. Okay, so hopefully you have had time to answer number 2. I'm going to zoom in here. And I know Miss Peters, whoa, that's too big, also showed you this trick. When you're counting the area, make a mark so that you know what you've counted. So we want to get a total of 16, right? So when we're counting, we're making a mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it is hard for me to see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You should have picked A, okay? If you look at B, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You should have also picked B, okay? Let's look at C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. See how if you touch and make a mark in each of the squares, that's going to help you, okay? So you should have actually picked 3, A, B, and E. Break your karate board on the count of 3 if you got it right. 1, 2, 3. Hiya! Ow, that hurt. All right, moving on to number 3. Pay attention to this grid, how you need to answer. We start in that first box. We'll write in our number, and then we bubble in the number. If you want to wait and do that part with me and just solve it first, you can. This one's going to take you about a minute to solve. So take that minute and really think about it. Mario's yard has an area of 300 square feet. He plants a vegetable garden in the yard that is 10 feet wide by 10 feet long. Okay, we're doing area, length times width. He also builds a shed in the yard that is 6 feet wide by 6 feet long. How many square feet of Mario's yard are not part of the garden or covered by the shed? Pause the video now. Go ahead and solve it. Okay, you should have had time to solve it. If you didn't, you should not have pushed play. Okay, guys? So if we think about this, Mario's whole yard is 300 square feet. He plants a vegetable garden. I'm going to put a V for vegetable garden. That is 10 by 10, 10 feet wide by 10 feet long. What is 10 times 10? 100, right? So his vegetable garden is 100 square feet. Okay. He also builds a shed in his yard that is 6 feet wide by 6 feet long. 6 times 6 equals what? 36. Okay. So their next step is we're going to add those together because that's how much area he's using for his garden and for his shed, right? So what is 100 plus 36? It's 136, but that's not our question. That's not our answer. How many square feet of Mario's yard are not part of the garden? Well, what is his, garden or covered by the shed? So how big was his yard again? 300. So we have 300 and we have 136. What are we going to do with that? We have to subtract. So if we have 300 minus 136, what do you get? So if you were stumped, I want you to try to solve this right now. And I'm going to teach you a trick in a minute when we have numbers with zeros in the ones and the tens. I've showed you it before, but I'm going to show you it again. All right. Well, we always should ask ourselves more on the top or more on the floor, right? Well, if there's more on the floor, we can't go next door and get 10 more. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that these two people live together. So when we go next door, we're really thinking about 30 tens, okay, or 300. So if we took 1 10 away from 30, what comes before 30? 29, right? And then we still have that 10 that we're going to put over here. So what's 10 minus 6? 4. What's 9 minus 3? 6. And what's 2 minus 1? 1. So our answer is 164 square feet. We don't have to write square feet here, but when we write it, we write just like how we would read. We would start here and we would write our 1, bubble it in. Then we write our 6, bubble it in. And then we write our 4 and we bubble it in, making sure each time that our bubbles are dark and matching the number in the column that we wrote it in. Okay, if you got that one right, give me a namaste. Namaste. All right, moving on to number 4. Amir buys 3 magnets on each of his vacations. He has a total of 9 magnets from his vacation. How many vacations has Amir gone on? Pause it and solve it. All right, you should have paused, solved, and only you are back on when you have an answer. So if he buys 3 magnets on each vacation, what does each mean? Multiplication. And he has a total, that's another keyword, of 9 magnets. What would our word problem look like so far? Well, he has 3 magnets on each of his vacations. He has a total of 9. How many vacations has Amir gone on? Well, that was our mystery number. We don't know. So 3 times what equals 9? What did you get for that? You should have gotten A. If you got it right, give me a yeah. Hi-ya. All right, number 5. We are halfway done, guys. You are doing a great job. Gina has 16 framed pictures of sports stars. She places an equal number of pictures on each of 4 shelves in her room. How many pictures of sports stars are on each shelf? Pause the video, solve, only push play when you are ready. All right, well, if Gina starts with 16 framed pictures of sports stars and she places an equal number of pictures, okay, I see equal and I see each. When we talked about each in this one, we multiplied. But if she's placing an equal number, we're not multiplying. What are we doing? we're dividing, okay, on 4 shelves. So that's the problem you should have solved. And what is 16 divided by 4? If you don't know, draw your picture. She had 4 shelves, 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's splitting them up. She's splitting up how many? 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. How many are in each square or on each shelf? 4. Okay, you should have done B4. If you got it right, give me a front punch. Yeah, good job. All right, flipping it over. We are still on day 8. We are on number 6. Okay, a book has 54 pages divided into 6 equal chapters. How many pages are in each chapter? Pause the video, only push play when you know the answer. All right, well, this one I love because I see a keyword that jumps out at me. I know that this book has 54 pages and it's divided into 6 equal chapters. That helps me with my number sentence. So I and you should have written 54 divided by 6. So here you could have drawn a picture if you needed to, or hopefully by now, you know 6 times something equals 54. What is that? What's the answer? Or what is 54 divided by 6? You should have gotten 9. Okay, you should have gotten B. All right, number 7. The drawing shows the kitchen in Ben's school. Each unit square is 1 square yard. Which equation can Ben use to find the area of the kitchen? Remember, area. Go ahead and pause the video and push play when you're ready to check your answer. All right, well, area we know is length times width. So with this is great. We just have to count the squares. And remember, touch them, make the marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we know with area, we do length times width. 6 times 3. Do you see 6 times 3? I don't see 6 times 3, but I do see what? 3 times 6. So your answer is C. You got that one right. Give me a whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Oh, we're so close, my ninjas. 3 more to do. A rectangle that is 2 units wide and 7 units long is covered in tiles that measure 1 square unit. How many tiles does it take to cover the rectangle? Again, length times width or width times length. Go ahead and pause the video and solve your answer. All right, so 2 units wide and 7 units long. So we are doing 2 times 7, which equals what, my friends? 14C. Okay. All right, 2 more. We're almost done. You're doing great. Here's one of our grids. So remember, if you feel comfortable writing it in before we go over it, remember where you start. You always start in this first column. All right, here we go. Elizabeth has a rectangular garden in her yard. The garden has a length of 8 feet and a width of 6 feet. What is the area of the garden in square feet? Go ahead and pause the video and solve your answer. All right. So if we are thinking about her garden and we like to draw a picture, do it. She's got a rectangular garden and it's 8 feet wide and 8 feet long, 6 feet wide. What are we going to do with the 8 and the 6? You're going to multiply them. By now, we should be like so confident in our area, right? Because that's what this all has been. So what is 8 times 6? What should your grid look like? What was your answer? What is 8 times 6? Did you get 48? If you did, do the disco. Ooh, ooh, with a karate chop. Hiya! So how do you write it? Write your 4, bubble it in. Write your 8. Make sure it's the right one. Bubble it in. We've got 48. Remember, they're going to have some problems like that on FSA. So I want you to be able to see that and be like, psh, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, last one, my friends. What is the area of the rectangle in square centimeters? Go ahead and solve it. All right, so by now we know length times width. So you should have written down 7 times 3. And what is 7 times 3? What did you pick? Well, you should have picked D21. All right, you did it. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Go ahead and put your ninja hands up. Hold them. Repeat after me. I am smart. I am a ninja. I am going to kick. FSA! Yes. All right. So remember, when you are done, which you are, every day when you are done with our big packet, if it says it on Schoology, you're also going to get out from your folder the warm-ups. And remember, it will always match. We just did day 6, so you are doing day 6 in your FSA warm-up, okay? You are only doing 17, 18, and 19 on your own, and then you are having mom and dad check it. As always, sorry, and 19. I didn't say that one. As always, if there's a problem you're stuck on or you didn't understand, either in the review that we did together or on your own, you need to make sure that you talk it out with mom and dad. If you're still confused, I'm here. Let me know. I will help you. Okay? All right. You did such a good job today, my little ninjas. Namaste.